यं यं वापि स्मरन् भावम् त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरम् तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः. Whosoever at the end leaves the body thinking of any being, to that being only he goes, O Kaunteya, because of his constant thought of that being. Tam tam eva eti sada tadbhava bhavita. Constantly, if you remember of some object or being, definitely after leaving this particular body, you are to enter that. That also happens. That must be your regular experience. So for a few days you can avoid going to a particular place, though remembering constantly about that place, but ultimately you land up over there. Why? Because you are constantly thinking of that place. So if not today, tomorrow, then day after, one after another, the day keeps going past. Ultimately you land up over there. With food, it happens quickly if it is available. With the desired objects, it happens quickly. Affordable, very quickly. Otherwise, every weekend the children will remember some ice cream, some restaurant, this, that. So some parents will say, look here, we can't afford to go, every weekend we can't afford to go to a restaurant. Once in a month is okay. So the children, what to do? Who can stop the mind from remembering those places? So every weekend they will be anxiously thinking of going to that restaurant. First weekend went, second weekend went, third weekend went. Then they thought this month is now getting over and we have not yet been. So they'll say, this weekend definitely. So the parents will also have to take them there. After all, they've been thinking all through the month about the same place. Not possible to take them for whatever reason it could be. But yes, it happens. And if you can afford, then the moment they think of it, you will present it to them. Because that's what you have been doing for yourself. If in material world you land up to the place or land up with the object or being of your liking or constant remembrance, the same is going to continue after death also. Who can stop? Because see, these bodies are just embodiments of the same soul. The soul is carrying forward the journey in a different form, that's all. But which form will be already decided by the thought process that we cherish in this life. And the constant thought sometimes is so intense, it becomes so intense, and it is the topmost thought. In priority, whichever is the first, definitely that form I am going to take. It could be out of aversion, it could be out of attachment, it could be out of hatred or love, both. So sometimes you find yourself to be an odd place and you are not compatible to anybody over there because you nurtured hatred or aversion with that intensity that constantly you were thinking of that only. The soul was thinking of them only. So the soul had to get born there. It can be out of aversion, it can be out of attachment. But it has to be constant. So Kansa also got Bhagavan out of aversion, hatred, fear, all put together. And so many devotees also got Bhagavan out of devotion, love, affection. So the great devotee saints will say, "Oh dear devotees, even out of hatred or fear or aversion you call God, you will get Him. Hmm? Don't put your mind in objects. If you want to hate God, at least you will get God. Because your constant thought out of hatred also will be towards God." Then the wise devotee will say, anyway, if I have to be constantly remembering God, then why hate Him? Hmm? So the wise woman, after getting married, said, anyway, now that I'm married to this man, whether good or bad, let me be wholeheartedly his wife. What's the harm? And somebody will say, no. No, then whole life she is going to suffer. Why? Because anyway she's married. Or break it. Don't remember God. Be fully materialistic. But anyway, if you want to remember God, then remember God with love and not with hatred or fear or something. Out of fear. Why fear God? Why hate God? Why not accept God? So some people will write theses on why not to accept God. Anyway, that you are writing a thesis, constantly you are remembering God only. To negate God also, you have to remember God. Even then he is going to get God. Why? Because of constant remembrance. So what is this? While leaving the body, it's not that Bhagavan is scaring Arjuna that look here, you are in the battlefield. At any moment now you are going to leave the body. So better start remembering me. It's not nothing of that sort. This only indicates the dropping of ego, that is the doership, rather than actually leaving the body as such. We are now possessing the body. The realized souls, they don't possess the body. They use the body as an equipment, all right, but they are not possessive about it. So a common man like you and me, we are possessive about it. So we have tremendous deha bhav. So once even that is dropped, then immediately one merges with one's essential self and is a Jivan Mukta then, realized soul. So that is what is indicated over here by Bhagavan. He calls him as Kaunteya. That is his tremendous identification with body as the son of such and such. So suppose this Arjuna, out of confusion, went to Kunti, Mother Kunti. So the mother said, "Oh dear Arjuna, have faith in God. Pray to God, He will remove your confusion." Mother Kunti would have told that, suppose Arjuna went to Kunti. So Arjuna will say, no, no. I identify tremendously with you only, oh my mother. I know you only, mother. I don't know who Bhagavan is. So Kunti will say, you believe in me, right? I am your mother. You believe in me, you can see me, you accept me as your mother. As your mother, I am telling you, believe in God, have faith in God. I have faith in God. So what will Arjuna do? He'll still hang on to the mother or will try to have faith in God? If you really love your mother, O Arjuna, then your mother is telling you to have faith in God. The mother is also helpless. No, mother is a conditioning. This thought itself is a conditioning. The moment you decondition yourself from these identifications, you will find your true self. This tremendous identification itself is coming on your way, is curtailing your capacity, it is making you finite. And again you want to fall back into your identifications. And that too you want to continue constantly with those identifications throughout your life. And then at the end of your life, you are absolutely helpless because you have to leave the mortal coil. Again you will at that time remember an object or being of your choice or desire or your affection or attachment. Again you will fall into the same conditioning. When will you come out of it then? So, Bhagavan, in other words, has told Arjuna already, be in constant remembrance of the Supreme. In so many ways you can. Pay attention to Adhibhuta, Adhiyagya, what is that? Adhidaiva, Adhyatma. Pay attention to karma.